Hey everybody, Corey here, coming at you with another, we're just going to say GAC. That's all we're going to say. You know what it is. Today we are up against Dash Riprock, perhaps another famous name that I'm simply unaware of. Looking at 5 GLs, looking at 2 GL ships, one of which is Leviathan, which I do believe he keeps on defense. It's going to be a fun one today. Only 6 stars though. I'm hoping that that makes life easier for me. But yeah. Just your typical 10.2 million account. I suppose at 10.2 maybe he could have another GL or another GL ship, whatever. I'm not in the mood to go through this today, but doesn't have a lot of people who are wildly fast on his roster. I think Mara is the first one. Yeah, Mara's got 300. So he's only got 6 non-GL characters at or above 300 speed, and that's all fine and dandy, but on average I still wouldn't say his modding is horrible. He's got, let's see, if I just go down to Ben, okay, fine, Ben's at 265. People aren't super duper fast. I was looking at his Inquisitors because, oh, interesting, maybe he just wants him as fast as possible. He has mismatched sets here. Yeah, it's a short version. I've done my scouting. His Inquisitors are going to be the make or break for this run, and we're just going to see how it goes, and that's actually what we're going to start with. But I am kind of banking on him not being able to go top. There is a decent chance that he simply can't get through my front wall based on everything that he typically leaves on defense here, and it does look like his defense hasn't changed since I started planning. So we're just gonna have to run with it. We're gonna have to see what happens. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into this, and let's start with those that are going to, throw us off the most. Inquisitors. One sec. All right, this whole thing blew up. He completely changed his defenses, so I'm just gonna go about this the way that I believe I have to. I think I need to go top, and I'm just going to start with Bane and Maul on Traya to hopefully get this out of the way and just call it a day. So it was either this or Slicker, which is an unfortunate reality with my roster. I don't have a ton of stuff to use to take care of this. Well, that's interesting. Oh yeah, it's because his cooldowns get reset. That's fine. Yep, there you go. So that was relatively simple and fast, and and now I think I'm going to actually try Star Killer against JML. Please stand by. Hey, what do you know? We kept General Kenobi around for this one. Imagine that. I goofed on that last time, so we want to try to avoid that again. Yeah. Big angry. Please stop. Desperately need you to stop. Okay. Yeah, he's the only one we can target. We're going to try to get some attacks in there, but everybody's already kind of going down, and this whole thing could get relatively ugly relatively quickly. The shock, I mean, he's not taunting. If I could get shock on someone else, I just don't think that's actually enough. But I do need to try to get that shock out there because the debuffs help. Foresight. This whole thing is just, quite honestly, this isn't going well. I needed Mara Jade to not have her cooldowns reduced like that. And this is why I'm actually choosing to go top first, because I had a feeling this whole thing, it wasn't gonna go the way that I wanted it to. His JML is actually pretty legitimate. Compared to most of the ones that I typically deal with. So let's get that tenacity down. I mean, maybe there's something we can do here, but without Palpatine, the whole thing is just really kind of, it's pretty yikes, to be quite honest. We definitely need Starkiller to like pop off and counter like 100 times. And I just don't really see that happening, so we'll see. Oh, well, there's one, but I really don't think he's getting the turns that he needs to get this whole thing going. He is about to become unleashed. I don't know if there's enough damage here, to be quite honest, to keep this whole thing rolling, but we've got to do this. And he killed somebody, so maybe this bug is just going to keep us alive, which is quite unfair, if you ask me, but I will take what I can get at this point. This is disgusting, and it should not be allowed, to be quite honest. But it's where we are, so please stop. I just want to AoE and kill a couple people, and that's going to make my day a whole lot better. If you can just pretty please let me get my turn with my counters. Oh my gosh, this should not be allowed. Please stop. Can I get the double hit? Will it kill him? That's ridiculous. Please don't double hit me, sir. I guess I keep this, which is not... The whole thing was disgusting, to be quite honest, but we'll get there. Next up is JML versus Mauldalorians. Yeah, this is what I want. And we're going to do it like this. One sec. Yep. All right, we're here. This is what I want. Usually this goes pretty well. Just not after I say, usually this goes pretty well. That's how that goes. There's that. Let's get those stuns out there, except for Maul, except we're going to mark him and just go all in on him ASAP. That's the name of this game. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. And he's gone. And now, really, the only threat that could ever exist on this team no longer exists. Yep. We're just gonna keep on... Yeah, we'll just try to get to ult. Swap some turns around. Can we just kill Mando? Probably ideal. Dun dun dun. Yep, whistling birds. Yep, yep, yep. That's fine. Yep. Yep. And do that. Can we recover any banners? It looks like Bastila could use some protection. Let's just basic. Make sure we recover more and then give it to Revan. Not too bad. Let's check out this dash team. Okay. It's just a weird day. My whole plan is messed up. I accidentally used JML on Mauldalorians when I was intending to use JML on this team, but I don't have Malgus set aside for anything else, and this looks like it has acceptable win rates, so we're just gonna see. We're gonna see how this goes. Obviously, Vandor needs to go first, and by go first, I mean die first. Need Dash to not be here. Can I get some damage on that Vandor, please? Next up, we will get rid of the Chewie. I don't want people countering. We've got taunts up, so let's just do this to kind of recover, get the ferocity up. And I do think Chewie's the one. Can we blind dash, though? Oh, but his attack can't be evaded anyways. Alright, whatever. We'll just keep going for Chewie. We'll just keep messing with Dash's cooldowns in the meantime. There's Chewie. Chewie's gone. Dash is next. Enfys is going to be interesting. We'll see what happens with Enfys. He's got the Enfys Kron. I didn't point that out at the beginning of this. But we'll see if that actually ends up being relevant. Let's just do this. Can't dunk him yet. Yep, counter, counter. You cannot reduce Enfys's max HP while she has the Datacron, which is kind of annoying, but we might just be able to dunk her to death. And yes, for those of you who didn't know, Enfys is a woman. Let me think about what I want to do with Cal. Alright, I was going to use this for... Oh, what if he put it in the back? One sec. Okay, this might look like stupid overkill, but it's just with what I have left and with what he might have put in the back, this is where we're at, unfortunately. Yep. Yeah, I just want to get people assisting ASAP. Master's Training. We'll just blow him up, and we didn't, but this can't be dodged, so that's fine. Okay. Cal is gone. Let's see what ships we have staring us in the face, and I just knew a Leviathan was going to be standing here, and he is opening with the Assassin, so we're going to have to manage this in a very particular manner, but I think we can manage it. One sec. So I'm hoping that going first, coupled with bad AI, gives us the advantage that we need, but we're about to find out. His 6-star Leviathan is the reason mine is going to go first, and we're just going to start with the whole turn meter thing. So without further ado, let's get this going. There you go. He just got his turn meter. Yep. And now what we don't want to do... How annoying. His tank has foresight, which is exactly what I didn't want the tank to have, but we'll get there. Oh my god, and his assassin dodged. We do not want to use our second ability. There we go. We got some TM. Let's get some more TM. That's good. That goes there. We're protected from him calling in whatever he might call in next. Okay, now we've got sabotage on ourselves. This is okay. It's not sexy, but it's okay. Okay, we did break through HP, and we got a little bit more turn meter because of that. We are sabotaged, so we can bring in Mark 6. And that's going to do what we need it to do. Hopefully we can get a little bit more turn meter. We did not, but that's fine. I think this will get us... Yep, he's going to call something... Oh, baby. That's a problem. Was not ready for... Why would the AI call that in? That's so strange. That's so bizarre. How bizarre. And now my assassin's dead, which is probably like one of the worst things that could happen right now. Every mirror that I engage in, he dodged again when he didn't have foresight. Every mirror that I engage in with Leviathan and GAC goes horribly wrong. It goes horribly wrong every single time. And it is becoming tiresome. This should be okay. I need those debuffs. We got ult. Oh my god. I literally face Leviathan in my squad arena every single day, and I play it like clockwork, and it's so easy. And yet, every single time in GAC, it's like hellish, terrifying nightmare. It's just the worst thing in the world. He got really lucky on some of those dodges with his Sith fighter. He didn't have foresight, and he was dodging like left and right. Oh, God, that's horrifying. Always horrifying. Let's start getting this down. And yeah. Yep, he did that. That's fine. Call the mass assist. Yep. Get the fear. Make him miss that turn. Let's just go after Malgus. Yep, there's that. Yep, there we go. That's great. That's great. And yeah, we'll keep this. Okay. Not clean. Very scary. Let me see what I'm going to do here. Alright, we're just going to do Profundity versus Home 1. Call in as few reinforcements as possible, and hopefully this is all we need. I'm thinking if we can go before the Rebel Y-Wing taunts, we can just start. Can we just nuke Han? Can we just absolutely nuke Han? We might be able to. Almost. Of course not. Okay, anyhow, we move on to Raven's Claw. And we get not a single assist. Let's try that again. Okay, now we got an assist. And it should just be pretty straightforward from here. Nothing too crazy. Yeah. Get those buffs off. Get that shield disruption. Feeling about as safe as it could be at this point. I don't know why how this could go wrong. I found creative ways to do that in the past, though. So I did bring in the TIE Bomber for insurance purposes, but did not need that. So cool. And then, LOL, we've been here before. We're going to do Executor against Raddus. I don't know why he doesn't have Rey in his starting lineup. Not what I would go with. I mean, that's a huge contributor to the success of that fleet, right? Oh my god, he does. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. He doesn't have Poe, but he does have Rey. Whatever. Whatever. Who wants to see Executor lose to Raddus? Anybody? Anybody? Do I care about getting a taunt up? Normally I use my nuke on this. But I think I'm gonna open with a basic here. They've got crit immunity, they've got all this nasty stuff. This turn order is really weird. This isn't usually how this works out for me, so I'm a little bit confused, admittedly, as I typically am whenever anything involving fleets is around. But yeah, I'm thinking this is gonna mostly be okay. Just need to get rid of the tank. Okay, there's the first AoE. Let's call in. Did we just kill it? No, let's call in the reinforcement. We want to keep getting as much of this as we can. Yep. Yep. Can we double tap? Thank you. I rarely get good RNG in fleet battles, so thank you for that. We'll just go straight at Clone Sergeant. Yep. And I actually think I just want to keep Xanadu alive right now. Give him the foresight. Target lock. I want to wait for Rey to AoE one more time. I don't want to hurt her too much. That's the mistake I made in the infamous lose to Raddus video. We don't want that to happen more than once. So, yeah. Okay, there's that. I am still waiting for her AoE. And I actually think I'm just going to go all in right there. Yep, there's that. And unfortunately, okay, I was going to say we're hitting her pretty hard right now, but only I would have to think this hard about Executor versus Raddus. That's what happens when you're scarred. So the top is down, the bottom is going to be shaky one way or another. We have one option for JMK, and it is Slicker with Fostapa. We are going to use the actual Wampacron this time. Am I blind? Oh, it's first order. Holy crap. It's been a long day. It's Sunday, but I've basically worked all day, and I'm tired. We need to lock down Cat. It's the name of the game. With this particular setup, gas might actually throw a wrench in things here. But with this particular setup, the name of the game is basically just ramp and ramp and ramp and ramp. And hope that they don't go for Slicker when they decide that they want to ignore taunt. But you just keep on stunning Cat. Don't let anyone move. Get to ult as soon as possible. And just keep ramping on Cat. Keep her locked down. She's always going to be stunned. You're always going to get double ramp. I do want this, even though it's going to put provoke on somebody. That's fine. We can cleanse it all off. Kylo now is at ult, but I think we want to keep that for a second. Let's do that. He's going to assist again. Yeah. Yep. And we are going to do this one more time before we consider hopping into ult. There is actually an argument to ult while I have a bunch of people standing, and I think I'm going to take that opportunity because if everybody else on my team dies, I need Kylo alive. And gaining ult charge sooner rather than later. So sometimes if you hold on to ult, might sound like it makes sense, but sometimes or it might sound like common sense. When you hold on to Alt, you miss out on getting Alt charge. I actually just want to do that. And I don't want to pass it back to Kylo just yet. I'll do that. And let's hit her with this. We do want to stun her. That's the main thing that we do all round long, is we stun Cat over and over and over. Gas is about to accidentally fall over as collateral damage, which is fantastic. And what do? We keep Cat stunned. Pass it back. I actually want to swipe because that gave me like way more turn meter than I was expecting up front. Let's just kill the Gas Master. I'm trying to keep as many banners as I can here, but I don't know if it's going to happen. Yeah, do that. No, don't do that. He's stunned. This AoE is about to start just naturally taking people out, which is what we want. Yep, there goes JMK. We'll go for him. Let's do that. Get that speed up. Hopefully we can just lap, and that's what we did. Wow, that was relatively clean, I would say. Yeah. This gets CLS. I can just go get my CLS team. There's that. You don't have to watch me do this. Okay, so I think here I just want to go straight for Hux, especially with all the double attacks and whatnot. He needs to go. He's a big, annoying boy. Yeah, we'll do this. He's got the Kron, and he's just melting. Let's do this, actually. Yep, that's why we do that. Let's do that. Yeah. And let's do that just to get rid of him. And let's do that. It really doesn't matter at this point. This is how I needed this to go, which is great. He's going to hang out for a second while we figure that out. There he goes, Grievous. This is going to be a very interesting one. Unstoppable Force meets Immovable Object. I could get stuck here. I really could get stuck here. Wampacron versus Watcron. One sec. Let me double check everything. Make sure there's not like an irresistible something. All right, we're gambling. It could be bad depending on who Torture goes on, but I've done this in the past. It's been okay. I don't know how I feel about leaving this up to a coin flip, but we're going to see. I don't know if a coin flip had 5 sides or something like that. Yeah, we just got to start going to town. Ninth Sister is going to start taunting anyway, so I just need to start chipping away at her. And I do actually... Let's get the AoE stagger. Normally I like to armor shred the tank as soon as possible. Oh my god, he tortured Kanan. That could be worse. That could be a whole lot worse. If we can just get through this, good things will happen. Okay, need you guys to stop doing a million things. Look at those dots, though. Yeah, give me some of that. Chopper looks like he could be in better health at this point, so let's put backup plan on him. Ninth Sister is doing what she does. Let's get another armor shred up. I don't really need the AoE stagger right now. Oh god, no. Okay, that's fine. Just not Hera. That's all. I like to keep passing it to Chopper so that he can keep reducing cooldowns wherever possible, if ever possible. Let's just keep that armor shred going. Love it. This is okay right now. This is what the world needed. And she comes back because that's what she does. We knew that was going to happen. GI is dead. We are now in a spot where this is simply a war of attrition. What's his face? Kanan is gonna eventually take a turn, which is helpful. We'll give him backup plan just to be extra safe. All right, there's that. The AoE is gonna kill whoever that is. Second, I believe. I'm really bad with the Inquisitors. I know nothing about any of them, to be quite honest. Let's do this. I know he gets oodles of health and protection as you debuff him. So eventually we're going to get to a point where we basically just want to basic him to death, which is what I'm trying to do now. I will armor shred him just to make this go a little bit more smoothly. But yeah, that's why I'm not using too many abilities right now. Cool. That was what I needed. One sec. Alright, here's the thing. Under normal circumstances, this is apparently like a 77% win rate. I don't know how substantially that's going to change if he has a Cron and I have a Cron. But I don't think I'm going to die immediately. The healing and recovery that Wampa gets from everything is really substantial. And so I think I'm just going to ramp and ramp and ramp. And someone might even just straight up die to an AoE at some point, which would be ideal. But between like the double attacks and everything, I think these counters are going to do what we need them to do, even though everybody's already got their techs and everything, which is just really unfortunate. I don't know how you're supposed to get to Watt if he takes a bonus turn and he resets his cooldowns and then there's like tanks sitting around. I guess I could have just attacked Watt. But I guess I can also just keep murdering everybody else. Jeez. Jeez, the damage. We'll just keep ramping. We will just keep ramping and more AoE. I think he can only revive one person at a time. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe I'm blind. I am actually, believe it or not, of all things, what I'm most worried about is timing out. I think I'm going to keep countering and I'm going to keep getting kills and someone's going to keep dying and Watt's going to keep taking bonus turns and it's just not going to go the way I need it to. So we will continue ramping so that hopefully we just get to a point where we're still one-shotting people, but this is going to... It's going to be a minute. That's what I know for sure, is this is going to be a minute. We are one-shotting Magna Guard from full health at this point. I'm guessing this is what needs to happen, is we just eventually end up countering everybody to death. B1 is about to die. Yep. Yep. Kind of afraid that Grievous is going to ramp indefinitely. I knew this was going to be shady. I knew it was going to be shady, but this is kind of yikes. Ooh, but Watt's a support, so when he goes, he goes. Cool. That was what I needed it to be. Let's see if he put any stinkers back here. Interesting. One sec. Okay, so we're going to go Finn Zori first. We're going to use Imperial Troopers. Nobody on that team is particularly fast, so we are going to go first. We do need to remember, we can only go for someone if they're going to die, and that's going to be Finn if we can help it right off the bat. It's either got to be Finn or it's got to be Zori, but you do not want to wreck... you don't want to wreck someone like right out of the gate. And I think I actually just want to, let's just give buffs. Let's get speed up. That's fine. Let's reduce some turn meter. We'll go all in on Resistance Hero Poe. And I say that because I knew he was going to go under stealth, and that's fine. Oh, he's just, whoo, he's gone. He's just gone. I don't want to target a tank. I guess it's got to be RHF, and RHF just died. Holy crap. It wasn't supposed to be this straightforward. I didn't think I was going to, like, blow straight through them. But now we can do that. Oh my god, the AoE. Piet's AoE just took out Zori from the side. Was not mentally prepared for that. I thought I was just going to have to be doing a little bit more math here. This was I'm not going to say full clear yet. This is a funky looking bounty hunter cron, but we'll get there. Well, actually, no, I don't even need to go away for this, because if anyone was going to do something funky, right, where's Ray? Where's my Ray and friends? I mean, here they are. I guess I'll give them a Datacron, right? Like, does it even... Watch me be surprised by, like, some garbage bounty hunter team. It's fine. Okay, there's that. Yeah, I mean, if Bosk is going to keep coming back, let's just start with the armor shred on him. There's that. And I don't want Grief doing really much of anything, to be quite honest. Let's give that again out. And do we want to blind? Is there a point to blinding someone? I guess we'll blind Boba. I guess we can put locked healing immunity now on Bosk. It doesn't really matter a whole lot. Does he still come back if I whirlwind him? Nope. Datacrons don't beat GLs, apparently. So there's that. And I guess at this point it's just, like, get banners? Keep banners, I suppose? Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Can armor shred Dengar. He's usually the tankiest. And I guess if Boba's there now. Well, geez. Not the worst thing in the world, I guess. And now, this is going to be interesting. Look at all this crap. Let's see if crap beats Rogue One. We got a lot of brand new characters here. One sec. I never want to make you guys watch me pick Datacrons. I don't know. I don't know anything about half the kits over here, but there's no zombie, nothing funky's going on. We've all got Spark of the Rebellion. I don't know. People are just going to fall over, right? I mean, there's not, to my knowledge, there's not like a boatload of revives in here or something. I mean, yeah, this is kind of what I expected to happen. Maybe it's just haha banners. I don't know. Sure. Sure. Nobody's really doing much of anything here. We'll keep the only relic ones stunned, I guess. Goodbye. Huh. Interesting. Maybe it's just like a weird flex. Maybe he just wanted everyone to see that he put Zetas on some brand new characters or something. I don't know. So we had a drop, but 1830 is a pretty okay score. I would say if I had to reflect on this battle, I either need to reevaluate the potential for Starkiller versus JML, or I need to, consider my opponent's JML. His JML is all right. It's not a JML that I was expecting to walk all over. He's got a full offense set. Not that there's a, protection set, but he's got 137,000 protection. That's not bad when you consider the fact that, he focused on going out of his way to get an offense set as well. So on one hand, did I deserve to even get as far as I did with Starkiller because I basically got the Star Destroyer bug? No, that worked in my favor. This whole thing could have gone a lot differently depending on, whether or not I switched up my teams and if I didn't screw up where I used some of the teams that I didn't mean to use. But overall, I'd say pretty good. I think Starkiller would have left me in some sort of position where, under normal circumstances, there might have still been a cleanup and maybe I wouldn't have had an answer for that. But what you didn't know at that point in time is that, regardless of Starkiller failing, I knew I would be able to rebin some of the things that I was going to use down bottom to take JML up top. So, I don't know. This is just how the cookie kind of crumbled. That being said, considering everything that he put on defense, I guess he's got an Executor to attack with ships, but I set up my defense very specifically to kind of hedge against that. He's got Slicker, Ray, and Sith Eternal for offense. He does have, of course he has Malgus because he has Leviathan. He has Malgus. But, I had a drop. He cannot afford to drop. And I've got some pretty wild Datacrons on my Leia. and on my Queen Amidala, so hopefully I can just trip him up and he gets a drop somewhere, or he's inefficient with banners somewhere. We got a Bane, we got a Wampa in there. My back wall is crap. It's not quite crap like his back wall, but it's crap. But I really am banking on tripping him up with some of these things, like I gave my Savage team, which is just a bunch of Sith, but if you notice, it's 5 attackers. And so I gave them an attacker cron with some high defense. So I'm hoping between this defense and Savage's leadership, it's not a good team, but you don't see it often. It's got a bunch of attackers, it's got a cron, it's relatively high defense. It's the kind of thing where you can kind of underestimate it and maybe you end up losing or getting really inefficient banners, whatever the case might be. But I put my top tier teams on the top wall. If I was him, I'm guessing he's gonna maybe Sith Eternal, try to Sith Eternal Leia. I don't even know if that's really a thing. I think I looked it up and it was. He should, I mean, he's got to use Slicker on either QA or on Leia. His Slicker is 1 speed slower than my Leia. And I'm hoping he tries to do that, and I'm hoping that's what throws him off and he gets a drop on my Leia. And that'll pretty much, if he drops on QA or on Leia, I don't think he has anything left to take out both QA and Leia. So I really just need to get a drop out of him there. Maybe I put myself at a disadvantage by attacking first. But regardless, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I sure did. I didn't know how this was going to go. I'll post the final results in the descriptions, as I always do. And I will see you all next time.